Hello and welcome to episode number 15 of our 2.11 Black Sun campaign. In last episode, I promised that I would start off this episode by taking on a Bellator Dreadnoughts. So in this episode, that is going to be my only goal. My only goal is to be taking on this Super Star Destroyer Bellator Dreadnought. Now, what we did in the last episode is we isolated it onto Orana. It only has a level 1 space station, and it only has a few support stations, as well as a very small support fleet. However, that is still too much. We still need to lower down the amount of support that this Bellator has before I feel comfortable taking it on. If I were to take it on right now, I would lose the majority of my fleet. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to combine both my offensive and my defensive fleets, and then we're going to attack Oribana, try and destroy all of the space stations at least. I'll feel comfortable if we manage to destroy all of the space stations. If not, we might have to do some other things as well. But I think if we destroy all the space stations, that will be good enough. So we're going to have some Z95s be our Pathfinder unit, and we're going to attack Oribana. I got a defensive structure successful. We got 5 sandcrawlers out of that. I don't even know what I did. But that's fine. Let's go and do the space battle of Oribana. So like I said, our only goal is to isolate this Bellator. And how we're going to do that is by destroying as many space stations and support units as we can. Okay, so Oribana is actually a pretty good map. Here's why. We have these debris right here. I could try and sneak past the debris with some fighters. That might be a decent plan. We've also got a space station here, a space station here, and then the most important station here. If we manage to destroy this station, I'll feel pretty good about the rest of them. But it looks like the Bellator is actually pushing this way, so what we're going to do is sneak some fighters around back. So give me my M1s. We'll have the M1s come out. We'll also have these elite fighters as well. I'll probably use these bombers right here. Looks like they've got a few fighters. I don't really have anything that can kill these guys, so let's hope my 1895s can take them on. They probably can't. We'll actually bring in a couple of support corvettes. I'd like to keep the Z95 alive if possible. It's not a huge deal if I lose them, but if possible, I'd like to keep it alive. I'm actually curious to see who will win this. 1 Z95 and 2 support corvettes versus these 2 Storm 4s. I think we're losing, or at least the Z95 is losing. What do you have, weapons-wise? Oh, yeah, they're not very good against fighters. They're not really... I mean, they're killing fighters, but as you can see, the majority of them are still alive. So keep in mind, these guys are not necessarily good against fighters. They're destroyers and disabler roles. So as you can see, they're highly inaccurate. Those concussion missiles might be able to hit something, but it doesn't look like that's happening either. Okay, so we have snuck up behind this station. Let's bring in my bombers. And then keep in mind, one of the really good units that we have are these Gazantes. Because these Gazantes actually have 1 light, large proton torpedo. So it might be that I bring in some Gazantes as well. Now we have our freefall bombers. We have these freefall bombers that have 4 proton bombs. The sole reason we built these bombers was for an attack against the Bellator. We knew this day would come, and we prepared for it with the freefall bombers. But I want to save these freefall bombers for when we attack the Dreadnoughts. Meaning that I don't necessarily want to use them against the space station because they are very fragile. They die very easily. They've got a lot of health. You don't get tricked. They had 80 shield and 160 hull, which for a fighter, that's very impressive. But the reason why they do have such high health is because of how slow and large they are. They're huge in stature, and they are very slow. And these guys are terrible at killing these fighters. These fighters aren't even good. Look at that, unshielded with only 12 hull, and they're actually pretty fast. 600 speed is not bad. Alright, here's the first station. Let's hit it with everything we've got. All bombers, all fighters as well, actually. If we manage to take out this will provide the enemy with 1 razor flight with 2 in reserve. So we want to make sure that we can kill off these guys as fast as we can. There's the proton bombs, or the proton torpedoes, I should say. As well as those other rockets as well. And those rockets is all we need. Perfect. Alright, well done. Let's go and hit these Gazantes with my group 1. All those missiles should take them out pretty easily. Alright, here come a lot of enemy fighters. The Bellator is slowly turning around. Okay, group 2, go after this thing. See if we can manage to take out it. Group 1. We're gonna separate all of you guys to fire at as many of these enemy fighters as we can. Group 2 is targeting this Carrack. Are those missiles hitting? Some of them are. What about the rockets? The rockets are pretty much all missing. Okay. All units target that Gazanti. See if we can manage to take it out quickly. More torpedoes are going in. We're hitting some of those torpedoes. I bet it's the light torpedoes, maybe. Alright, group 1. We've lost one of those little beam ships. Okay, it might be time that we retreat. We might have to do this battle in like multiple tries. Yeah. I wouldn't mind killing this guy though. I just don't know if we have enough missiles. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, he's dead. Let's go. Everybody out, everybody out. Run, 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 run. That's a pretty good battle. We might lose some of my units before we can manage to get away. Some Gazantes probably, but we killed the Carrack as well as one space station. This is how this battle has to go. If I want to minimize casualties, which I mean that's some decent casualties, but other than these assault fighters, these are all replaceable. But at least we managed to kill that Carrack as well, which is always nice. Alright. We also got to do the ground battle of Solist that we'll probably do at some point in this episode. In the meantime, let's go ahead and keep bringing up my reinforcements. So we've got 2 Providences, we got some Munificence, we got some Coronas being built here, which is good. I also remember, yeah, we're building a bunch of ATAPs because we need some more of them. Where are my... I know I have them somewhere around here. I've got my... Yeah, here we go, right here. My refit Recusants, which I'm really excited to use.
On my way. Active. We're heading out.
Tactical battle imminent.
Alright, we'll auto-resolve that. Here we go with round 2. Let's make sure we have a N1 Starfighter up front. Round 2 of the battle of Orana. Uh-oh, they brought some more reinforcements in. Okay, shouldn't be too bad. I feel good once we manage to kill off that small dockyard. If we manage to kill off their regular space station so it doesn't provide them with a massive garrison force, I'll feel good just to attack this planet. But right now, we haven't done that. Because the level 1 small dockyard likes to move so much, which is the problem.
Choose your reinforcements.
See, it just retreats back up there, and I don't know exactly what the best way of doing this is. Alright, let's get some N1s, let's get the regular fighters as well. We'll mop up this unit, and then I can figure out what I want to do in this battle once we do so. Alright, quickly get rid of him. He's got a friend coming in. So the N1 Starfighters do have the burst fire ability, which fires a powerful burst but slows down movement. I would assume that ability is good to use like right at the start of the battle. When you know when like the 2 fighters are coming at each other. So imagine some fighters are coming in and they're basically just shooting each other and every bullet's hitting. I feel like that probably is the best time to use that. I mean, that Bellator is sitting in a really hard spot. I might just have to sneak back around and do what we did last battle. Yeah, let's just do that, I guess. There's no great way to go about this battle. So I think we're going to try and take out this space station real quick. I'll take the extra fighters by capturing the station. Can't really argue with that. These guys do have the boost engine power ability, which isn't bad. Okay, that's separating pretty hard, but the Bellator is turning around, which is the scary parts. Alright, let's quickly get some bombers in here. I might actually bring in some free fall bombers as well. Let's make sure we get some Gazantes, because the Gazantes will actually kill off the enemy fighters as well. That's what I love gunships for. Gunships are great at killing off enemy fighters as well. They don't have to be targeting the units.
Cruiser here. Forward.
I might need some more bombers actually. Let's get some more.
Reinforcements en route.
Okay, there's the station. If we can kill the station, we'll be fine. Okay, all units, don't even waste your missiles on anything else but this station. That is your one job.
Roger that.
Stop missing your torpedoes. Everybody aim at the hull of that ship. Gotta get those proton bombs. Look how big the Bellator is. If you've never seen a Bellator, this is why we're so scared of it. Look at that. 40,000 shield, 80,000 heavy armor. That thing is just a straight up tank.
Fire.
Alright, quickly. Release all your missiles. Where are those proton bombs at? Let's go. Get those proton bombs in here. Yeah. See those massive explosions? Those are the proton bombs. And they are very deadly. Look at all those proton bombs. 50, 40. Dang, man. We're still not killing this thing fast enough. Ooh, I don't want to lose my fleet.
Open fire.
We also got to worry about losing too many bombers. If we lose too many bombers,
Copy.
I won't have them against the Bellator.
Attack that target. Heading out.
Come on, I need some more proton bombs. We're losing a lot of fighters right now, which is the scary part. Okay, it's dead. Retreat. All units retreat. Quickly as you can, get out. Ooh, I lost some bombers. Okay. I think we only lost like 2 or 3 squadrons. 4. We lost 4 freefall bombers. Alright, that should be good enough. That should be enough, because I still have some of these assault freighters, which is good. They do have 2 space stations left, but I think that we're just going to have to go in. We've done what we can. I think we've done enough. I still have 11 freefall bomber squads. Let's see what we can do against the Bellator Dreadnoughts.
Construction complete. Tactical battle imminent.
We could try to like take out the shield generators with my bombers, and then like bring in like my Magnator and 2 refit Venators and try and have like a brawl. But I just know that that would not work out for me. I know we would immediately lose that battle if we tried that.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright, we can assume those fighters are going to show up again. Let's get some elite fighters up here. Yes, they are. Alright.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
My elite fighters are far better than those Mark Storm 4s.
Heading out.
Okay, the Bellator is pushing forward pretty hard. It shouldn't have too many fighters as well. So it might just be that we want to bring in the bombers now. Okay, let's go and do that actually. Let's get the elite bombers. Let's get some Gazantes.
Reinforcements en route.
And then over here to the left, we'll get the freefall bombers.
Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route.
We're going to bring in every single freefall bomber.
Reinforcements en
And then whatever space we have left, I might pump in some Tuscans.
route. Reinforcements en route.
And then we'll leave it at that right now. I really wish I had
Copy.
like some sort of hero.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander. Ready.
Like some sort of fighter hero that could boost my fighters up.
IPV.
But I don't really have that, which is sad. I'm gonna need some more fighters. Let's get some Z95s.
Reinforcements en route.
I'm actually gonna get some
En route.
cloak shapes as well. So there it is. We're gonna aim for the hull. We're gonna try our best to take out the hull of the ship,
Attacking target.
and we're gonna bring it down all at once. So you guys are my group 2, you guys can be my group 4, and then you guys aren't even in here yet. Okay. Group 4,
Standing by.
group 5,
Boss.
group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5. All y'all push up in here. There it is. There goes the freefall bombers. They're shelling this thing with everything they have. These are some of the most elite bombers in the game, damage-wise. Strictly damagely speaking, these freefall bombers are supposed to be some of the best in the game, but we do have to worry about their enemy fighters. We gotta take them out while we can.
Your command. Fire at will.
So all 11 of these elite freefall bombers, literally making a star right now with how bright those bombs are, and it doesn't even do half, not even half of its health. 70% is still remaining, even with group 1, which also provides a lot of bombs as well. Not even close to killing off this unit. That's how strong the Bellator is. And now you see why I don't want to take it on with my capital ships. Because not only does it have a crap ton of health, it also has 6 heavy turbo lasers, 20 medium turbo lasers, 22 light turbo lasers. So it's just going to absolutely wreck any sort of fighters or any sort of capital ships that we bring in. It is just going to absolutely annihilate them as well. So we got to be very careful as to what we bring in. We're going to try and bring in some fighters and bombers. If we can manage to take out this Architans, that would help us out a little bit. And then I'll probably go after the Dreadnought after that. But Group 3, my freefall bombers, are going to continue to take out this ship. What does this have? Okay, it does have dual flak laser cannons. We might want to take him out as well. Okay, the Architans is dead. Let me get my Group 1. Go after this thing. Yeah, looks like their fighters are starting to push out a little bit as well. Let's try and get as many of these like Tuscans and stuff fighting back against these guys. I would like to kill the space station, but right now we're doing a pretty good job of taking out this Bellator. Group 3, we haven't lost a single unit of Group 3 yet, but I'm losing a lot of population space, sorry. And that means we are losing some units. These guys have their heavy ion blasters, but we gotta kill this thing at some point, but I've ran out of bombers. I wish I built some T-Wings. We spent a lot of money building Z95s and Cloak Shapes and Tuscans, but we could really use right now would be some B-Wings. We get all of them to go after that. Group 3 continue to hit the hull of that Super Star Destroyer. So as you can see, the hull is at 67%, but the health of the Bellator at the top right there, I can't move my mouse or it won't look, but up there near my mouse, you see the health is down to 50%, which is a little confusing because you're like, why is that like that? The reason is the proton bombs are such a big explosion that it actually does damage to all these hard points that are near it, which is really, really cool. But we still have to take the hull out before we actually do any damage to it, so not ideal. We still have a lot more damage to go. We still have 41%, and we have lost one freefall bomber squad completely, or at least we're taking out this thing, which should allow us. I actually don't want you on defensive mode. I just want him on offensive mode. Once we take out this, we'll stop losing as many fighters, and then we can go over here and finish off this Dreadnought, which is still alive somehow. And then we can retarget everything back onto the hull of that unit. We're going to bring in some extra fighters just because why not? We're really not losing fighters. This is exactly why you want to isolate the Dreadnoughts, because it's got 24 heavy dual laser cannons, but heavy and dual laser cannons really are only going to be good at taking out these freefall bombers. And you can see that we've only lost one squad as well as some like additional fighters, so we really haven't taken that much damage. Alright, get Group 1 to go after that. If we can manage to kill off this Dreadnought, we can just hit Control Alt and go after the rest of this Dreadnought. So this is what we've done really, really well in this campaign, is whenever we see a target that we need... Oh, the game crashed. That's so sad. Alright, so I went back and redid this battle. It happened pretty much the same way. I might have done a little bit better, but yeah, we actually have the same amount of bombers still alive. So basically the same battle, but I wanted to get some cool shots of us bombing the crap out of this Bellator. But back to what I was saying, what we're doing really, really good in this campaign is being aggressive. What this game is all about sometimes when you're playing Awakening Rebellion is, and what I've learned from the best players that I've surrounded myself with in my Discord and the Awakening Rebellion Discord, is be aggressive. You can literally win a campaign within like 40 weeks just by being aggressive. Now, the people that I'm talking about, they are good at literally winning a battle and never losing a unit. That's why they're able to win within 40 weeks on expert difficulty, which sounds insane, but it's true, I promise. What they're really good at is never losing a unit in a battle, but being aggressive. If you're super aggressive against the AI, you'll prevent them from constructing new units. And when you prevent them from constructing new units, they can't bring anything in to counteract your units. So that's what we've done a really good job in this campaign at. When we see a Bellator, we kill a Bellator. What does that prevent? Yes, we're going to take casualties in this battle, but what that prevents is them from attacking us, and that prevents the enemy from slowing us down. So we've had that's what my friend calls it. We've had momentum in this campaign, and that's why as long as we prevent them from building up a large force, like imagine if this force, this Bellator, has some Taunt folks with it, imagine if it has some ISDs with it, this would be a much, much tougher battle to have. So we did end up losing 5 Gazantes, which is tough because those are really good units for us, but we only lost 2 freefall bombers. So that means we have 9 left, which allows us to actually use them again if we ever find another Bellator, which we saw like constructing like 2 more, plus they have an Executor coming in, so we're gonna need them. But pretty proud of how that battle went. So that's how you really want to take on a Bellator, is isolate it. That is your biggest goal. You have to isolate that unit. If you don't isolate that unit, you're going to be taking that on with a lot of support. And when they have a lot of support, those battles just become so much more difficult. Get rid of the Morning Star. We're not using those right now. They're pretty good, but we still have a few of these fighters, which is what we're going to use the majority of. I like to have some gangster platoons because they're pretty good. The rest of these units I kind of want, except you. I don't really want you. But the rest of these units I want, so that's going to have them go over to the ground battle of Solist. I know this episode was mostly about the Bellator, but we'll go ahead and take Solist just because, well, why not? And this episode has been pretty short so far, so.
The Alliance has advanced their
Where's our holding? Yeah, over here on Smuggler's Run. Also, we have our reinforcements to our space units, which is good. We'll have all of my space units meet over Iradu, because I got to re-separate them into my defensive fleet and my offensive fleet. So, you guys, and I guess I'll bring in you as well. Give me a bunch of these fighters. Put the M1 here. I don't need you guys anymore because there's not enough of you. You guys did not perform very well. But the rest of these units I want. We'll give you a couple of Kronas. So this is my offensive fleet. This is my defensive fleet. So neither one is really fantastic. Once these reinforcements come in, as well as we get these refit requisants, I'll be much more happy with how my offensive fleet looks. And we've got a lot of credits actually. So what we're going to do is steal some more technology because you can't ever have enough of that. What do we want to steal? That's a good question. We've got the... Oh, crap. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just a Brigadore. Alright, we lost a few units. We managed to take out a bunch of stuff. But we've also retreated those guys even more. So look at how big of a fleet we have sitting above Giju. If this fleet can actually separate itself and retreat back to my main force, that would be really nice. We could always just sell them all and get like 40,000 credits worth. But I was looking at what technology I wanted to steal. Okay, so we got improved ammunition, which isn't going to help us that much. Experimental weaponry, which is not going to help us that much. So we'll probably just get the full salvo synchronization. That'll be pretty expensive, but it'll help out with our refit munificence. It'll help out with a couple other units as well. And we'll go ahead and get 2 more refit requisants and 2 more refit munificence. Our ground units are still being constructed. And we'll go ahead and have the ground battle of Solist. They actually have a lot of stuff here, and it looks like they're actually raiding Ordo Platonia. They're gonna win this battle because I didn't build an outpost here. I don't know why, but for some reason I didn't have an outpost there.
Cantina destroyed.
That's fine. I've got conveniently I've got a bunch of ground forces just sitting right there. Why they decided to go around, I don't know. That's fine. We'll win that battle. Let's go do the Battle of Solist. It is actually gonna be a tough battle. They've got a lot of infantry, but they've also got turbo lasers and a level 3 army headquarters, which is going to be tough. But I've got droidicas, so I feel pretty good. Actually, droidicas are going to be fantastic in this battle. And we might just want to spam a bunch of B1s, especially at the beginning. That might actually be what I do. So let me get a bunch of B1s. And we're just going to send a B1 force at them. Let's get those B1s in here. I might want to bring in a couple of B2 units. I just don't have anything that I feel comfortable really supporting these B1s with. But that's what they're for. We don't need support, baby. The B1 army. Oh, that is blinding. Okay, let's get the Droidkas. You guys go up here for me. Just to see what they have. That's all I want to do. See what they have up here. Man, those Droidkas are so fast. Alright, well they died. I wanted to show how fast they were. Okay, they've got a lot of crap up here, which is kind of scary. 2 turbo lasers. I think, actually, now that I remember this map, I think the shield generators up here, the power generators up here, I think they actually have a second power generator down here. So we'll have to be careful of that. Let's get some more B1s in here. Can't have enough of those. Now this is what I call an IG-88 battle. You guys keep pushing lefts. I don't want to push rights. I'll have this force of B1s push rights. Okay, you guys push forward. Ah, crap. That was a fail. Too bad I don't have a bunch of gas grenade guys. Or do I? Okay, you guys push up, help out the B1s. Ooh, my game's lagging a little bit. There's so many B1s. The game's like, what's going on? Kill out these anti-vehicle turrets. Do what y'all can. You guys, start pushing forward. Try and build this turret real quick. That turret might actually get built this time, which is good. Oh, it died. Alright, I think that I want to bring in my one ATAP unit because there's just so much in range. The ATAP should be able to shell a lot of it without even having to move too much, which is ideal. We've actually killed off all this infantry up here. So I know it looks like we're losing a lot of B1s, but don't forget about how much infantry they had. Oh, I lost all my B1s over here to the left. Yikes. Okay, we could bring in some Kalish warriors. I might actually bring... Yeah, let's get one Kalish warrior unit, and then we're going to bring in a bunch of Rhodian hunters. Could also bring in some Mark IIs. That was what I originally thought about using when I was in space of this battle. Okay, Kalish warriors, quickly get into this building for me. Alright, there's the stupid AT-AT. I don't know how we're going to deal with that AT-AT, to be honest with y'all. Hopefully the AT-APs can just shoot at it. Here, hit your stability fire, since you're already standing still. You guys take cover, y'all are in range. There is just nothing but blaster fire going on. Hopefully that's not too loud. B1s, keep shooting. Kalish warriors. That's why I put them in the bunker. Perfect, y'all just keep on shelling that thing. You can use your stability fire. I forgot which unit it is, but some unit, when you use the stability fire, yeah, it should be these guys. They drop a third leg, and then it just becomes an artillery unit. Look how much faster it shoots with that ability. That's actually pretty cool to see. I've gotten several recommendations to use the regular gangster platoons with the missile variant of them. And once you get the technology for it, apparently they're actually decent at taking out enemy vehicles. So we might have to use them. I just haven't done that yet. Some of the B1s are actually still alive, which is pretty impressive. This was a pretty good battle so far. The strategy that I've used, the AT-APs are doing a good job of taking out the AT-ATs. The distant cousins of the AT-APs. Or actually the older brother, probably. The older brother, like the superior uncle, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we still have a lot of turbo lasers to take out, which is the scary part. I don't know exactly how I want to go about doing that. So far, we've had a good battle strategy. But if I move up these AT-APs, they're going to get hit by that turbo laser tower.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's get one of you guys in here. Let's get some more Rhodians. And I don't even know what else to bring in. Maybe some B2s just for the missiles. Maybe those missiles will be able to do something. They've got one bunker turret here, one bunker turret here. And I think they have a shield generator or a power generator somewhere around there. Let's just bring up as many units as we can. Let's get all my infantry to start pushing this way. AT-APs, y'all just stand still for me. Keep on shelling as many of these AT-PTs as we can. They're a little too small for their weapon systems, that's okay. Look at those Rhodians go. Nice shots. Oh, the game crashed again. Okay, so we are back in the ground battle of Solist. I've lost all my B1s, not a surprise there. It's probably not the best strategy to use a bunch of B1s when the enemy has a bunch of infantry, and not only are they infantry, but they also are grenade infantry that are perfect for killing B1s. But hey, what else are B1s for other than sending them blindly into the enemy? I brought in a couple of AT-TEs as well as my AT-APs. We're going to try and push them up. Now they have 2 bunker turrets just sitting here, which is like the perfect counter for my units, but let's see if we can push up these Rhodians as well. If I can manage to kind of just like sit from afar and shoot down the enemies, I think that's what we're going to do. Let's push these AATs back. I had them in just to help kill off this AT-AT, and we'll use them later on in this battle. But I also just kind of need these guys to push up, but they hit the classic little traffic jam. Get some more Rhodians. All y'all take cover, just keep pushing forward as much as y'all can. Man, they still got so much infantry just ready to kill us. Let's get some Black Sun Enforcers in here. Group 1, what are we shooting at now? Oh, they have a flak gun there. That's kind of scary. I think maybe they had a bunker turret in the last one. But that means we can't bring in my ground fighters. I want to bring in the ground fighters because they only have 1 power generator over here. I discovered that they don't have one over here. With that said, they still have a flak gun, so we can't bring in my ground fighters because they will get absolutely destroyed. Let's get these guys to push in. Group 1's in range. We can at least kill off this turret so we don't have to worry about it. Can I get like one of you to please shoot this thing? Thank you. There you go. Alright. I'm going to lose my ATTE and my ATAPs. Actually, do this. Just shoot this thing. If we can kill off this, I can bring in the ground fighters, and then we should be able to win the battle from there. But that's not going to work until we manage to kill off this thing. Okay, it should be dying pretty soon. Let's go ahead and get the ground fighters on the battlefield. I lost my ATTE, but I haven't lost my other ATAP as I lose it right then. Get group 2, come up here. Group 2 should be able to take out this shield power generator without dying. The bunker turrets are, or not the bunker turrets, but the turbo lasers are shooting back, but they're not accurate enough to hit my really good ground fighters. You know, if you had like the T-47 speeders or whatever they're called, the air speeders, they're too slow and they will get killed off by the turbo lasers, but I don't think we have to worry about that. Let's get some AATs and some swamp speeders. Because once the shield generator goes down, these power generators get destroyed. Once the turbo lasers get destroyed, I'm going to want to take on their main base. And that is what you guys are for. Okay, let's go and actually start moving them up. They should be almost ready to go. Just like that, the power generator is destroyed. Group 2, you can actually come over here and support our infantry. Okay, Group 2, actually go ahead and just start hitting this thing. Group 1, try your best to kill this thing off as well. We've got some more spaces. Let me get 2 more U and then 1 more AT-8, more AATs, dadgummit. Everything in Star Wars has AAT at the beginning except the AATs. It's just a trick question. With the overcharge, what's really good about the overcharge, look how fast the fire rate is when you have the overcharge ability going. When you use the overcharge, the fire rate sounds even more like one of those Clone Wars episodes where they were just going to town against something. I don't even know what it was, but they were landed on, as they say. What do we have here? Just an anti-infantry turret. Did I lose the majority of my infantry? Not everybody, but I probably lost majority of them when it comes to actually keeping them after the battle. These ground fighters are really, really good. I'm liking them a lot. They're not like fantastic. They don't deal like a ton of damage super fast, but I'm assuming because they're so fast, their survivability is really good. So over time, as long as they're not dying, I mean, over time they're going to slowly do enough damage to make a difference. So the army headquarters has been destroyed. Now we just got to mop up the rest of these units that are just scattered about. It's so funny when you see these walls like actually do something, because we're so used to your troops just randomly shooting at them, but when they actually do something, you're like, well, that's annoying. So we take some heavy casualties because they had so many infantry units as well as a really, really good defensive position. You're starting to see on certain planets just how strong turbo lasers can be, and just how strong even just some infantry like that can be. So don't underestimate your infantry, and don't underestimate your bunker turrets and your shield generators and stuff like that. Some of those defensive battles can be some of the most fun battles in this game. Okay, our reinforcement fleet has arrived on Iridu. In the next episode, we're going to take on Alien, Hoth, and Bespin. And then, I actually don't know really where I want to go from there, but that's definitely what I'm going to do in the next episode, so stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.